Hello everybody, how are you doing? Happy Friday already again. I don't know about you, but every Friday seems to be coming round in a matter of like 2 days or something. It's bonkers. The weeks are flying in anyway. Hello, hope you've had a good day. So, a couple of things. I'm jumping on live. I'm on all my pages actually from Twitter, and actually I can't do LinkedIn on this, which is a bit of a shame. All my Facebook pages all at the same time. So it's hard to see how many's on because I think it's counted a little bit differently. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Got a few things to share with you. I have a competition winner to reveal, and I've also got stuff to tell you about Feel Look Be, which actually November closes up tonight, and we'll start December on Monday. And the checkout closes tonight. So I'm doing this live just to remind you, because when you come to me tomorrow or the team and you go, can I get in again Saturday or Sunday? You can't. It's too late. So I'll let you jump on before I speak to you. So December, oh my God, the 3rd already. Where has, not even the month, where has the year gone? November went like that. It's been an interesting December already, but good. Everything happens for a reason, right? And I've just got a wee checkout closes tonight at midnight. Oh, that's cool. Right, who forgot? Hello. Hiya. So when it goes across all the pages like this, the number here that I can see is skewed because it only counts what's on my Facebook page, I think. So it doesn't matter. So you might be thinking, right, okay, so this Feel Look Be stuff sounds amazing. And I've done it in October and November, perhaps, or I've done it in July. And I'm just going to wait till January. So I'd like to just pause there for a wee second and ask you to pause and say, December is probably one of the most important months of the whole entire year, as far as I'm concerned. And I'll tell you why. Wouldn't you rather go through December, have your drinks, and have the odd vol au vent, and whatever else you're going to do, but have some structure at the same time and gear yourself up for starting 2022 with having done some mindset work in December, with having done daily rituals with this amazing community of women to actually get you started and hit January running. Because January has a ripple effect for the rest of the year. If you go hard in January, and we've got a massive detox in January, then actually the whole year kind of pans out much, much better, as far as I'm concerned. And I've worked with thousands of women. I know this. And men, actually. I know this for a fact. So for me, if you kick the arse out of it in December and you've lost your way, you're off the rails, it actually takes you to about mid to end of January before you get your shit together and you go, right, I need to sort something here, I need to do something. By that time you're into February and the spring's coming. So I would suggest to you, if you have done that thing of going, no, I've got a Christmas night out in December, well, we all have. So Feel Look Be in December is a little bit more relaxed in terms of, I understand that you've got a few nights out. You're maybe going to be eating off plan at times, and there's stuff in your meal plan that actually allows you a wee bit of flexibility and freedom more than any months. So I get that. I'm a real person too. I'm going to be doing the same things as you, but actually the structure is really, really important. And if you've been on my programs before, you'll know that intermittent fasting is not a weight loss tool as far as I'm concerned, although it is great for anybody who wants to lose weight. It's actually, the benefits of intermittent fasting are huge, and far exceeds just weight loss. And so if we're going to do a wee night out, a wee cheeky fast really helps offset the calories and offsets the damage, and actually you can still keep your progress going right through the whole of December. Loads of my clients have nights out, come off plan a wee bit, but still maintain or either lose a bit of weight still in December because of the structure. So that could be you too. So a couple of things. What else was I going to tell you? Actually, as far as I'm concerned, I did a great live the other morning. It was a mindset live, and at 7 o'clock in the morning, I talk to my clients about mindset, and we'll get deep and we'll get meaningful, and gives lots of food for thought for me as well. And I've seen this kicking about for a few years now on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll just look at it for a minute. In fact, look at the backdrop here. This is actually on my doorstep. I took this myself. Look. Isn't it beautiful? If you're from this area, this is Tentsmuir here. It's just stunning. The sunrises just now, and actually the sunsets, are absolutely amazing. So have a wee look at that and just read it. Ram Dass is obviously a spiritual teacher. Have a look at his stuff. He's amazing. But he's saying here we're all just walking each other home. And actually, when you look at that, and there's two ways to look at that. You can either be sad, or you can actually think, right, that's really true. We're all going to the same place. But actually, if we're able to get on a journey where we're sharing that space with like-minded people building each other up, supporting each other, and actually in a really positive environment, surely that's the way we need to be going. And I try my best to keep Feel Look Be like that. In fact, it is like that because I worked so hard on it. And so it's a really safe space for women to come and just try and work through all their stuff and get towards being the best they can be. And if we're all just walking each other home, then there is no better place than Feel Look Be, because it's exactly that. It's positive, it's uplifting, it's supportive, it is packed full of education and insight into how you could be the best you could be. I'm giving you the tools, really, and you're meeting me halfway. And actually, you're just listening to me. You're coming with an open mind and an open heart, and actually, when you start to get me and you start to implement the things I'm suggesting, your life does change dramatically. And just read down all the reviews on this page and on my website. Actually, I shared Kerry, one of my clients' posts today, videos. And she's done a wee video about Feel Look Be. And Kerry was getting iron infusions, for, I think she says 20 years. Since she started Feel Look Be last December, she's never had one. She's lost weight. Kerry says she wasn't fat, she was very, very slight, but she was skinny fat, Kerry would say to you. No, she had body fat to lose. You could be internally fat and to the eye, really, really slight. So Kerry knew she had work to do there. And our skin's better as we start to age. We start to worry about the neck area. So Kerry's actually pulling at her neck to say, look, I was worried about this. And her neck is amazing. So people think this is a weight loss programme. It's actually not a weight loss programme. It's not even a fitness programme. It really is an optimal health programme. It's a holistic approach to helping you be the best you could be. So when people spout out about, there's no carbs on that programme, there's actually tons of carbs on this programme. Tons of them. More than you've probably ever eaten. But it's not just about meal plans, and it's not just about moving more. It's actually, in fact, the whole thing is underpinned by mindset. And when you come onto the programme, you think, I never came for this, but do you know what? It's amazing. It's actually changing who I am as a person. So, I want to share something with you. I did share it yesterday, and it's just a wee snippet of this. It's Brené Brown's, it's about 10 minutes long, but it's stuck with me since I watched it, and I've watched it over and over and over again. Please, will you watch it with us? I'm going to play it just now. Hopefully you could hear it, because this is playing up sometimes. And I want you just listen, really. And I'm sure if you're open to it, it will do something to you, and it won't leave you. It will stick with you, right? So, Jill, give me a wee WhatsApp message just to say that you can hear this, please, and hopefully you'll be able to see it in a minute. Okay. Hope you can hear it. If you can't, well.
Yeah, it's so scary to show up. It feels dangerous to be seen. It's terrifying. But it is not as scary, dangerous, or terrifying as getting to the end of our lives and thinking, what if I would have shown up? What would have been different? So what I think you're asked to do on a daily basis is walk through this hall, get to the top of the stairs, and get naked. Get really real. Put yourself out there and walk out there so people can see you and see what you've made and see what you're doing. So I want to tell you about something that changed my life as a creative person. And it's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, and it has completely, I know it sounds cheesy and cliche to think a quote can change your life, but sometimes when you hear something, when you need to hear it and you're ready to hear it, something shifts inside of you. And so my story is that I am a researcher, and I never thought I would have a big public career. And so I did a TED Talk that went very viral. And in the wake of that, I was kind of everywhere for a couple of months on every CNN.com, NPR. It was everywhere, and something I wasn't used to. And the marching orders from my therapist and my husband were, do not read the comments online. So I read all the comments online. And so one morning, I woke up and there were 2 or 3 new articles out, and I started reading the comments. And they were devastating. They weren't about my work, they were about me. They were super personal. And they were the things that creative people play in their mind and then give up doing what they really want to do. Like if I asked every single one of you, what would you try if you knew people would never say this about you? What would this be? So that morning, Steve and the kids leave. I stay home. I get on the couch and I watch 8 hours of Downton Abbey. So I get out my laptop and I do a search for who was president in the United States during the Downton Abbey era. I put it in and Theodore Roosevelt comes up and a quote comes up. And I read it, and this is what it says. It's a quote from a speech that he gave in the early 1900s at the Sorbonne, and a lot of people call it the Man in the Arena speech. And this is the passage that changes my life. It's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done it better. The credit belongs to the person who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred with blood and sweat and dust, who at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails daring greatly. So the moment that I read that, I closed my laptop, and this is what shifted in me. 3 huge things. First, I spent the last 12 years studying vulnerability, and that quote was everything I know about vulnerability. It is not about winning, it's not about losing, it's about showing up and being seen. The second thing, this is who I want to be. I want to create. I want to make things that didn't exist before I touched them. I want to show up and be seen in my work and in my life. And if you're going to show up and be seen, there is only one guarantee, and that is you will get your ass kicked. That is the guarantee. That's the only certainty you have. If you're going to go in the arena and spend any time in there whatsoever, especially if you've committed to creating in your life, you will get your ass kicked. So you have to decide at that moment, I think for all of us, if courage is a value that we hold, this is a consequence. You can't avoid it. The third thing, which really set me free and is kind of a new philosophy about criticism, which is this. If you're not in the arena also getting your ass kicked, I'm not interested in your feedback. If you have constructive information, feedback to give me, I want it. And I'm an academic, I'm hardwired for wrestling around with stuff like that. If you say, hey, you forgot all this literature, or, hey, you should have done this, or terrible sentence construction over here, like let's do it. I love that. But if you're in the cheap seats, not putting yourself on the line and just talking about how I could do it better, I'm in no way interested in your feedback. So I know about the sweaty creative. And so what I want to do today is I want to talk very specifically about the arena. This is where we sweat. I live down here sometimes just dreaming about the day that I come up. and how awesome it's gonna be. But I stay down here a lot. And here's what we do. The arena's right there, you can see it, the light's there. And the fear is this. I'm scared, a lot of self-doubt, comparison, anxiety, uncertainty. And so what do most people do when they're walking into the arena and those things are going to greet them up top? What do? You armor up, right? This is where I would imagine the old days that they got all their stuff on. When you armor up in this hallway, you shut yourself off from everything that you do and that you love. Because vulnerability is certainly a part of fear and self-doubt and grief and uncertainty and shame, but it's also the birthplace of love, of belonging, of joy, trust, empathy, creativity, and innovation. Without vulnerability, you cannot create. So what I think you're asked to do on a daily basis is walk through this hall, get to the top of the stairs, and get naked. Get really real. Put yourself out there and walk out there so people can see you and see what you've made and see what you're doing. So when we walk out, this is what we see. Lots of seats, lots of people. But we focus in and we focus on this, the critics. I used to think the best way to put your work out into the world is to make sure the critics are not in the arena. But you have no control over who's in the arena. And the best way I have found is to know that they're there and to know exactly what they're going to say to you. The 3 seats that will always be taken when you walk into the arena, when you share your work with someone, the 3 seats that will always be taken are shame, scarcity, and comparison. Shame, completely universal human emotion. We all have it. It's that gremlin that whispers, you're not enough. The other seat that's always taken is scarcity. What am I doing what am I doing that's original? Everyone else is doing this. 150 people are doing it who are better trained than I am. The third seat, always comparison. How many of you ever struggle with comparison? The thing is, I don't care what people think. I don't worry about the critics in the arena. Sends a huge red flag up for me. We're hardwired for connection. When we stop caring what people think, we lose our capacity for connection. When we become defined by what people think, we lose our capacity to be vulnerable. So rather than locking these folks out from the arena, what I'm going to invite you to do is reserve seats for them, which doesn't seem like a good thing to do. But I have 13,000 pieces of data, and I've done this work for 12 years. And what I have found and what I have learned from these folks and then try to apply it in my own life that has changed my life is to reserve a seat, to take the critics to lunch, and to simply say when I'm trying to do something new and hard and original, and I'm trying to be creative and I'm trying to innovate, to say, I see you, I hear you, but I'm going to show up and do this anyway. And I've got a seat for you, and you're welcome to come, but I'm not interested in your feedback. The other piece that's tough is, to me, if you're going to spend your life in the arena, if you're going to spend your life showing up, really showing up, there's a couple things that you need. The first is a clarity of values. You have to, I know, when I came out here, I knew I could screw this completely up. I could get booed off stage, bad things could happen, but I don't have a choice because if courage is my value, I have to do this. Whether it's successful or not is irrelevant. So a real clarity of values is important. The other thing is you gotta have at least one person in your life who's willing to pick you up and dust you off and look at you when you fail, which hopefully you will, because if you're not failing, you're really not showing up. But who is willing to look at you when you fail and say, man, that sucked. Yeah, it was totally as bad as you thought. But you were brave. And let's get you cleaned up, and because you're going to go back in. And this is someone who loves you not despite your imperfections and vulnerabilities, but because of them. And they should have great seats in the arena.
Whoa. That is amazing. Isn't that so powerful? There is so much in there that really just, it's like, just sings to me and takes us on this journey that I'm completely in. So basically, as far as I could see it, your arena is absolutely yours to claim and own. But are you showing up? And if you're hiding because of what people will say, because of the critics, because of what you think people might think or judge you for, then you're really not showing up. And you might just get to the end of that journey if everybody's walking each other home and go, do you know what? What would have happened had I showed up? Had I tried to be the best I could be? And I'm really passionate about that. And I talk about it a lot in Feel It Be. So a couple of things I just want to maybe draw upon is, this is maybe you. You are maybe scared. Maybe you've got lots and lots of self-doubt. Maybe you don't even believe that you can. Maybe you don't think you can eat well, eat right. You maybe don't even know what eating well is. Half the people that come and see me, in fact, probably 75% of people that come and see me say, I've got a relatively healthy diet. And I say, okay, so what are you eating then? And they show me and I go, Jesus Christ, no wonder you feel like crap, you're in pain, you're overweight, and you're on medications. If that's because you've been told probably by your doctor that healthy whole grains are definitely the way to go. And I have lots and lots of people who come and see me that are type 2 diabetics and blood sugar issues who think healthy whole grains and low-fat alternatives are the way to go. And there is no genetic condition of high cholesterol or anything. So there's no real reason to be advising that. And we'll talk about this energy balance thing, and we've been talking about it quite a lot because there's been a couple of wee things. And so we all know the law of physics, the energy balance. Burn off more than you eat, then you'll lose weight, right? But what people should be telling you, added to that, and that's the only reason why people get so demotivated and pissed off and feel guilty about being overweight and obese. So I should just really be moving more then. Is that right? Yeah, but what if there's hormone imbalances? What if there's a broken metabolism? People say, well, no such thing. Yes, there is. You could slow your metabolism by yo-yo dieting all your life. You could find it really, really hard to even lose a pound because you've depleted your system that much that it's very, very hard for you to metabolise. And there's also the whole calories in, differentiation in calories. So a calorie of fat is not the same as a calorie of protein. It's metabolised in a completely different way, of which you need to know. And so when you eat, I don't know, kale, and you eat kale calories, and you eat broccoli calories, and you eat Mars bar calories, the energy balance equation deems them to be the same thing, really, but they're not. They're metabolised in the body completely differently. And so there's loads of factors. So when your doctor's saying to you, just move more, just eat less and move more, actually there's a wee bit of negligence in there because there's a whole host of different factors. What about your motivation? What about your demotivation, or the fact that you're on antidepressants? Or you've got mood disorders? What about all that stuff? There's loads at play here, and that's what Feel It Be does. It really supports you in all of it. Anyway, you might be scared, self-doubt, comparisons. You might be a terrible person for comparisons, comparing yourself to your pal or your auntie or your neighbour. And let's be honest, women at times could be scathing towards each other, and they'll diminish your confidence before they build you up. And sometimes that's their nature, and there is no changing people like that. But it's quite common, more common than you probably care to admit. And people that talk about people, well, I try and distance myself from people like that. People that talk about things, I love it. People that talk about opportunities, I love that. Talk about people and you're being derogatory and whatever about people. No, that gives you an indication as to what that person is all about, right? So bear that in mind as well. And that, by the way, is not supported on Feel It Be. This very Feel It Be very much is how I would like the world to be. It's the proper human diet as far as I'm concerned. It is as much chemicals as possible eradicated from the diet. It's anti-carcinogenic. It is processed food, like nil. There is no processed food on Feel It Be. So you might think, so there's no pasta and cereal and rice and biscuits. And no, because it's made in a factory, and generally speaking, the list of ingredients, you can't even pronounce them because they're full of chemicals, full of bulking agents and emulsifiers, and they're just crap, and they're no good for you. So whilst you might be counting your calories and you're in a calorie deficit, big deal. The energy balance equation for me is out the window when you eat crap like that. Because the chemicals are actually endocrine disruptors that cause all the bother in the world, and you don't even know it. You just feel like you've got pain and aches, and your mood's low, and you're demotivated, and no wonder if you're eating that garbage. So you're maybe a warrior and you have no self-belief. So if you show up and you be vulnerable, Brené Brown's just said there, she's done however long, 12 years of research into this. Love and empathy and creativity and innovation and joy, they're the kind of things that you'll start to feel when you become vulnerable and open and you show up and you stop being scared of the critics. Yes, you can have a seat in my arena. Yes, you could have a seat, but am I interested in your feedback? No. I'm getting better at that. There's critics everywhere. There's critics all over the place, and when a lot of people don't like to see you doing well or don't like to see you getting on, that's just the nature of the beast. That's what we're up against, right? So, like she's just said, if you're going to do something different, you're going to be creative, you're going to get your arse kicked. But you should only be listening to the arse kickers if they're also in the arena. Not just sitting back and pointing fingers, actually in the arena. That quote that she talked about, that Roosevelt quote, that's amazing. If you're bloody and battered and bruised because you're in the arena as well, fine, I'm listening. If you're not, and you're standing outside pointing fingers, take a seat, but I'm not interested in what you're saying. I think we could all relate to that. Whatever your arena is, whether it's at home, at work, whatever job that you do, I think we'll all get that. What else? What else did she say? There's so much. So it's not about winning and losing. It really is just about how you show up to the world. And I would like you to show up the best you can ever be. And I truly believe you can only do that when you've got this taken care of. When you're eating well, when you've got your stress under control, when you're in a good place, mind and body, you're actually moving and creating a sustainable, healthy lifestyle for yourself. You can only do that when you eat well. You can only do that when you're doing the daily mindset work, I believe. And that's when you can start being the best you could be. So you might be a high flyer in your job. Fine, amazing. You might be whatever you are. But if this stuff isn't good, then I don't believe you're going to reach your potential. I don't think. So, will we get on to the winner? Yes, I think we should. Okay, here we go. So Megan, we do this every month actually, and we pick a winner. Everybody that's subscribed, so you need to go onto my website, which is shellybooth.co.uk, subscribe, and we put you in the hat, if you like, and choose a winner every single month. So this is this month's winner. Here we go. Oops, it's not that one. It is this one. Is it that one? Is that the right one? I don't think it is. Oops. It's not the one I got anyway. That's maybe one from the past. Hold on, let me just watch it myself. Megan sent it to me. Hold on. Nope. There's definitely one from the past, that one here. Hold on. Share. Okay. Claire won last month, didn't she? There we go. Let's see. Go on, Megan. Dawn, that was the one. Dawn Garland, congratulations. Well done. You've got a free place on Feel It Be, which starts on Monday. So, the checkout closes tonight. Tonight. Not tomorrow, not Sunday. So, you also have a free place as a gift from me to you. It very much is a gift of health. I believe in treating people. I believe in abundance. I like to share the amazing stuff that's going on inside Feel It Be, but you don't actually understand it until you're in it. And there's loads of people across the world that need my help. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people. So you've got a free place. Whenever you book, you'll get an email with instructions of your free place, and you give it to someone who you think I could help. Not your neighbour that just wants to have a wee nosy. Not your personal trainer that's desperate to know what Shelley Booth's up to. No, someone who you think I could help. And I would be more than happy to work with them in December and get them towards optimal health too. So, any questions? Sorry, I've never come up for air. Have you all shared this, by the way? Because there is somebody somewhere that will benefit from Brenny's speech there. Somebody somewhere will. So please share it. 3 seats are always taken in your arena. Shame. There's always people that are shameful. Scarcity. And comparison. Oh, comparison could be pretty scary. Don't go off the rails in December, girls. Here's your chance to get some structure and to gear yourself up for starting 2022 like no other year. It's been terrible. We've had loads of shit to deal with. Let's start it strong together. Go and get signed up. You've got until midnight. And whatever you eat out, I've just said that, Claire, you'll be absolutely fine. Once you see the meal plan, you can make tweaks and adjustments. And in December, there's going to be times when you do eat out. And actually, there's something that you can't get that's on plan. It's December. The next day, you'll draw it back and you'll get back on plan again. If there's anybody in any doubt and you want to ask the team anything, please, you can. In fact, I'll put the email here for you. It's support at... Girls, could you put it in the thingy as well? The chat there. When I say girls, the team are on watching as well. I've actually managed to remember the support email. Here you go. Any questions at all? You might have a health problem. In fact, if you do, Feel It Be is probably exactly what you're looking for. If you have common health problems, obviously type 2 diabetes, blood sugar issues, you might not even know you've got them. Liver issues, fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver, or fatty liver caused by alcohol. And let's face it, I think this year in particular, people have been drinking more than they've ever been drinking. And you might want to use this as a method to come off the booze. And that's great, I can help you. Fibromyalgia is a big one. All my clients say, I have no more pain anymore. I thought I was going to have fibromyalgia for years. Probably forever. IBS, lots of autoimmune conditions, Hashimoto's, thyroid issues, so many things. I was actually saying, I'd done a Zoom the other night and I was saying, if I disappear, it's probably because Big Pharma have found out where I live and thought, you know what, she's costing us a fortune because people are coming off all these medications. Big Pharma and agribusiness will be hunting me down. But who should be standing guard at my door protecting me are the NHS, because the amount of clients and their associated families who are benefiting from this education and actually changing everything and coming off of their medications. Their doctors are taking them off of their medications. This is happening on a mass scale in Feel It Be. So high five, NHS. I have lots and lots of NHS staff that are on Feel It Be, and I would like more of you. We know that doctors only get a very, very tiny proportion of content regarding nutrition. We know that. We have doctors who tell us this. We have cardiologists, people who work on people's hearts telling us this, So it is a thing, and I'm trying to do my bit. I'm hugely passionate about it, and I will continue to be. And I'm here for you. So please, if you're coming with us on Monday, you need to book by 12 o'clock tonight. And I hope to see you on Monday. I'm live at 12 o'clock on Monday. All the live content is watchable back. So if you miss it, you can join in and you could watch it at a time that suits you. I'll come live from my house to yours. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to leave the house. There is live yoga, live education, live mindset, amazing community, and a team of people looking after you. So remember your free place. You can buddy up with somebody and go right through December. You might even want to split the costs. It's entirely up to you. So I will see you soon. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye bye.